Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Sean Dexter and I'm back to you yet again with another Bitcoin USD analysis video. Bitcoin just closed a monthly and we got the bounce we were looking for. Mango has started the month off with a really good start. But before we talk about all of that, I must apologize if I cough into the mic during the process of this video. I have been feeling really under the weather. Could feel it coming on over for the past few days now. Feeling sick, feeling tired, feeling lethargic, feeling exhausted. Well, hey, now it's finally here. Woke up with the worst throat ever. I'm hoping it'll be gone pretty soon. So again, I do apologize if I cough into the mic. I don't mean to. That being said, let's get back on over to our charts here. We have Bitcoin on the daily, so we'll start with that as we usually do. Turn on our drawing tools, and what have we been talking about for the past 2 weeks? Well, first we are waiting for this ascending triangle to pop to the upside. We got that move last week, well, the beginning of this week / last week. Move to the upside, and then what were we waiting for all of this week? The retest of the top of this ascending triangle, right? Well, hey, we were patient, we got it, we bought it, thank you very much. Now we're looking on upward and beyond to the upside. That's how we do it. We play the trend, buy the dips, stay on the side of the trend. Alright, so now what are we looking at over here? As you can see, during the process of this week, we were waiting for Bitcoin to close a candle underneath this wick over here, right? That would have incited the move to the downside. As soon as we did that, we got it, right? We got it with pretty good volume too. Tapped into the top of this triangle as well as this ascending line over here, the bottom of the triangle, okay? And closed above. That was a really strong sign. That gave us confidence in our move of buying that dip. Okay, now look at that. We are testing the top of that same wick over here, this horizontal. And if Bitcoin manages to close a daily over that, we will likely be testing this zone over here. But I don't think that's going to prove much resistance as we faced last time. We're likely going to move onward and upward. Is it going to happen immediately? It doesn't have to. It could take some time. In fact, even this move here, I wasn't expecting it to happen immediately. Am I happy it did? Of course. We could just put some consolidation over here to the right hand side. Just go between these two ranges here and then move on and upward. But hey, what else are we looking at? We did close a monthly, right? So let's go ahead and talk about that because that's pretty important. Alright, here we have a monthly. And for those of you who are just joining us here at Mango, let's do a quick recap about what we've been talking about on this channel ever since we started this journey. We'll turn on our EMA tools and you guys see this green line over here, right? The green line over here right at the bottom. We were talking about how we wanted this candle over here all the way back in Feb to close above the green 55 over here, this green line. Okay, once it did that, we were looking for confirmation with a candle, another monthly candle, to open and close above the green 55 over here, and we got that. If that happened, we were looking for a retest of this 21 EMA and red 10 SMA cross over here, and hey, we got that too. Now, were we expecting it to close above? And hey, it did, by the way, slightly. No, we weren't expecting it to, but if it did, we were really happy with that because, and I said this to you guys right at the start, guys, don't lose sight with these smaller numbers over here. And yes, 5,000, 6,000, these are small numbers because we were targeting numbers right at the start. Numbers like what? 13,999 I had mentioned, and also 10,000, right? Somewhere around here. I talked about these numbers, and a lot of my friends too, when I had these quick discussions with them, they thought I was being ridiculous. A lot of them had said, hey, there's no way we are seeing anywhere near 10,000 this year. Maybe 2020, 2021, but nowhere close to 10,000 this year. Can you guys look me in the eye now and tell me with confidence that we're not going to hit 10,000 this year? It's only June, and we have the rest of the year, and we already made it to 9,000-ish, I believe, 9,100. So the point I'm trying to make is, this is Bitcoin we're talking about. Look at what it's done. And when we start looking at the lower time frames, I'm not even talking about the 4-hour or the 6-hour guys, let alone the 1 hour. I'm talking about even the daily can be considered over a lower time frame. The big moves are caught on the weekly and the monthly, and it's important to keep looking at those time frames every now and then at the very least, so that you don't get shook out on these smaller moves. I mean, look at this, do you see any down moves over here? No, right? No, like everything else during the month was just shakeouts. Okay, let's go ahead and draw some horizontals now, just to let's see if we can find any support and resistance lines that we can play with for the rest of this month for June, right? A good way to do it is to, okay, so this is how I ignore my biases. Okay, that's an obvious one over there. We do have one over here. Okay, and I guess we could mark the bottom of this zone here too, but that's, yeah. Okay, we'll take out these guys over here because that's just gonna cause distractions, but keep those levels in mind because we don't, we'll keep this one over here. Yeah, okay, so as you guys can see, this level over here, okay, this horizontal, we did already kind of retest it, right? This was the move we had a couple of days ago, actually. Damn. So let's go on back over to our daily and look at that. We'll turn off our EMAs to remove the noise, and you guys can see that this guy over here, actually let's go back to a monthly and mark these guys with a different color so we can see what we're talking about on the daily. Let's pick purple for our monthly colors. Okay, that's one. Oops, that's one. That's ugly, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And that's one. Okay, and we'll mark this too. Why not? Okay, so purple is our monthly support and resistance lines, and we're going to go ahead and now look at them on our daily to see what's going on. So this move over here, you could consider that a test of the monthly resistance. It doesn't need to get perfectly close, especially when we're looking at the higher time frames. The higher the time frame, the more leeway you give it, right? So that's one support, that's one resistance line that we're going to look out for the rest of this month. We're also going to be looking at this guy over here, okay, the line at 7,700-ish, which lines up perfectly with this red box that we've been talking about, right? We've been talking about how we don't want to see this red box break to the downside, and here, what do you know, that is also monthly support for us. We can go ahead and adjust that a little bit to line up with these two guys over here. There you go, lines up with this guy here too. All right, the next level here is 6,300-ish, which lines up perfectly with the 6,150 region. Again, when you're playing the high time frames, you give it more leeway because you could come and tap it and then close above it, right? Think about those kind of things. All right, so these are the three major lines that we're looking for as monthly support and resistance. But hey, scroll up a little bit more. Oops, I moved something here. Yeah, and we also have 10,400, again lining up with that 9,700 area that we were talking about. And what do we talk about? We talked about how we could very well see a wick up to 10,000 and then close underneath 9,700, right? So that lines up as well. Okay, so that's what we have for the rest of the month. I want to keep it simple. I don't want to overcomplicate things. So a quick recap, we are looking for Bitcoin to break, for the time being, for the short term, break these two dashed horizontal lines to the upside. If we break above this today, we could range a little bit in this zone here, but I'm not expecting that. We're not going to spend too much time there. I think we would probably come and test this region again, 9,200, 9,100, or if we could probably come and just range between these two zones over here, right? Let's see what happens. Let's not expect anything from Bitcoin. Let's respond to Bitcoin. Like I said, we were waiting for this dip here and we responded to it. If it broke to the upside, well and good. We were already in position from way before, right? But if we got the retest, we'll play the retest. All right, so that's Bitcoin. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Okay, it does look like we're doing something like this, eh? I did not notice it before. We might be putting in a rising channel like this. The daily, right? Right, and this lines up. Extend this too. And this rising channel kind of, you could call it a rising wedge, I guess. I don't know. Let's keep an eye on this ascending triangle here because it lines up with the 9,700 region that we've been looking at. If we break it to the upside, let's adjust it for the wicks actually. There you go, that's perfect, right? Now, I didn't mean to put this line here exactly. It just panned out that way. That's just complete fluke. Anyways, that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin for the rest of this month. Let's keep an eye on this. We'll be doing daily updates on this. So, hey, Now let's go ahead and talk about that is my bad throat. Let's go ahead and talk about Ethereum, because Ethereum has been doing interesting things as well. We got a really good bounce on Ethereum. If you guys did catch this, good on you. That was a really good buy, because that did line up with our EMAs as well. Really good buy, as well as the Ichimoku. I think the Tenkin is coming up there. Not quite, but hey, close enough is close enough. We did break back into the red box, as you can see. So this in a way could be just looked at as one entire liquidation trap, right? They tapped into the people who were trying to be breakout traders to the upside over here, and hey, I told you guys, we are not in the clear until we break this red box, and a lot of people got trapped here. I am so sure. If you go ahead and analyze the volume, especially the longs and shorts, you're going to see a lot of people getting trapped here, and then go ahead and shake out those people over here. So imagine buying over here and then giving up over here, and also the panic sellers who were probably in a good position this entire consolidation. And then what happens? They get shook out and then bounce right back up into this red zone, and now we're using it again as support. Now we're looking for the move to the upside, but where have we been following this chart? We have been following this chart on the 2-day, right? And we've been looking at this 200 MA this entire time, and it's been plaguing Ethereum for more than 2 weeks now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2-day candles. That's 16 days, more than 2 weeks, and now we have another 2-day candle. Looks like we're living about again, but hey, I'm going to say it again. Don't get too excited until we close. Remember what happened here? We went all the way up over here. Okay, we were sitting at 290 at one point. It looked like a confirmed kill of the 200 MA, but it's not until the candle closes, right? And just before the candle could close, this is a 2-day we're talking about. We spent almost 48 hours living above the zone, and then we come and close way underneath. This is why I say patience, guys, patience. A confirmed kill is always an open and a close over the candle, but sometimes you can front run yourself on that by just waiting for a close above it. But hey, again, patience will always pay off at the end. If we do close above this red box, we do kill this red box, right? We kill this red box. I'm expecting move all the way up to 420-ish to around 390-ish range. That's the range I'm looking for. But let's cross that bridge when we get there. For now, let's kill this red box. Until then, we are going to be patient and wait for Ethereum to give us the signs. If we break this zone to the downside, 240-ish, we will be revisiting our thoughts and repositioning and de-risking accordingly. But hey, we're not there yet. Still putting in some kind of flag formation. Actually, what do we have over here? Let's go back on to our daily, because we are morphing into something new, right? We had some sort of ascending triangle before, but now this looks like something new. I don't want to be drawing on this chart because it's already so messy. Let's go on over to I draw most of my stuff on Bitfinex. I use Bitfinex as my drawing chart. Oh yeah, by the way, remember we were talking about this symmetrical triangle on Ethereum? We broke to the upside, right? And we didn't get our measured move right away. Do you guys see that? We didn't get a measured move right away, but we did get it eventually, and we got it perfectly. Look at that. That was the retest, or that was the test of the measured move, or the meat of the measured move. And then we actually even closed above the triangle. Damn, we go meet the move, right? Go test the bottom of the triangle and close above it. That's, I didn't play it. I mean, we are already in the trade, right? Ever since 134. But if those of you who did actually play it successfully, good for you, man. Good for you. This was a good trade. Looks like Ethereum now does want to move upward and beyond. But what are we putting in now? It looks like we're putting in a new formation. I'm going to go ahead and move this. And looks like we're putting in another, morphing into some sort of bull flag / channel, whatever you want to call it. So look at that, perfect. If we do break 276-ish to the upside, which probably lines up with the red box, right? Let's say 280, okay, 280 to be sure. Close a daily over 280. That would look really good. That would be a kill of this formation over here. It may take some time. We don't know how long, right? But gotta be patient. We did do something like this, something very similar like this somewhere around here. I'm not gonna go ahead and try and find it, but we had put in we put in a symmetrical triangle somewhere here, right? And we broke to the downside, just like over here we broke the upside and came back down and tested the top. But over here we had actually broken to the downside and then put in a descending channel which broke to the upside. Can't find it now. I probably can find the descending triangle though. So hard to find these. I think we've done something like this. Yeah, I think it was something like this, and we broke it here. Yep. That is. Yeah, let's go ahead and remove all of these, and you guys can kind of see it now, right? We got the retest too, similar to how we got that on the symmetrical triangle over there, and then up and beyond. Okay, so that is Ethereum. Is there anything else we want to talk about? I want to keep this video short, guys. I apologize because my throat is killing me. I got a few requests for EOS today. EOS. So let's go ahead and look at EOS BTC, because BTC is still king. Charting it against USD isn't something I'm interested in. Let's go to EOS. What are we looking at for EOS? I think we're playing this on the, we have a horizontals, test, break to the upside. But I think we're looking at this on the Ichimoku, right? I think so. Let's go ahead and put it. Yep. Do you guys remember what we were talking about? Go ahead and find one of those old videos. We talked about how we were looking for the C-span trade, right? And once we got that C-span trade, or rather once the C-span trade happened, the next thing to look out for was the break of the Kijun. And if we got the break of the Kijun, we'd likely break this horizontal, no problem, and go and test the top of the cloud. And that's exactly what happened. And look at what we're doing now. Testing the top of the cloud is proving to be support. Yeah. So if we could consolidate here and break on an upward, right, depending on, let's go ahead and change that color because this is not a monthly candle. We could consolidate here and break on an upward, but depends. This is event driven, right? This is event driven, and usually EOS was supposed to have this big news coming out. And I'm not sure if it's the beginning of the month or at the end of the month. You guys are gonna go and have to look that up yourselves. I'm not playing this event at all, but if it breaks to the upside, it probably means that there's still news to be played, right? So looks like it does want to take up. Let's go ahead and look at low time frames. Consolidating next to near resistance, that's usually a good sign. We could be putting a bull flag here and then break to the upside, so you guys could watch out for this. But again, against BTC is approaching the weekend, and the weekend does tend to have some crazy moves. Let's talk about the CMEs actually, because I've been saying this for a few weeks now. CMEs have been missing most of the price action week after week after week after week, right? Let's go ahead. I actually have drawn this out for you guys. We have a gap over here, which is because Bitcoin had its major move on the weekend, and then CMEs open gapped up, right? Again, open gap up. Over here, this was the weekend. I believe there's a gap over here too somewhere. On, mark them all. 1, 2, and here. Yep, over here. Yeah. So we have one at 7,150, 6,400ish. I actually missed this one, and the one at 8,100. Right? We filled this on the most recent bounce. We could come and test this again. 7,100. We could fill this again, but we don't know. We could fill this by coming and testing this again, but we don't know when. It could happen like a month from now, 2 months from now. It could happen next week. It could happen a day, which is why I really don't play this. I don't know how people play this, man. Like you can use this when the move happens to add confidence to your buy. Like over here when I bought, I was like, oh, okay, by the way, even CME's the CME gap fill is over here, Sean, so you know this could be a good buy. You could use it that way, but don't play this solely, guys. I really don't recommend it. But then again, this is not financial advice. Your strategy is your strategy. If this has been working out well for you, go ahead and do it. But as you guys can see, I've been getting the same moves without using the CME charts at all. You don't need to play the CME charts. Keep it simple, man. Keep it simple. Right, so that's a quick recap of everything we've talked about today. Bitcoin is doing what Bitcoin does. It has been in a bull trend for a while now. We just closed the monthly. We're looking upward and beyond for now. Could we have moved to the downside? We very well could, right? If we go ahead and look at the monthly again, we've had a massive move to the upside. Like what is that? I think we've done 200%. Let's say from March to 134% from March. Not bad. Would you be surprised if we do have a pullback? Of course not. We could come all the way down to this purple zone here, which is I think 6,300ish, and still look very healthy. Like it won't destroy the chart at all. It'll still be bullish here at Mango, but we could play the intermediate moves if the signs do tell us that Bitcoin is going to have a pullback, but for now I'm not seeing it. Going back over to the daily, we had a bounce off a major level over here. Looks like we're consolidating near minor resistance now. If we break that to the upside, I'm looking again at 9,600-ish, 9,300-ish. So this ascending triangle is going to guide us moving forward. Ascending channel, we don't even know if this is going to be played out. We could break it to the upside. If we do, then I'm expecting an explosive move. I would be surprised for 10,300, 11,000-ish. So yeah, that's Bitcoin. Ethereum, we are still waiting for us to close a 2-day candle above the 2-day 200 MA, right, on the Ichimoku. If we do that, I'm expecting move to the upside again. So this is the big play for me. Well, Bitcoin's a big play too. We've been positioning for a while on both of those coins. So those are our 2 major plays here at Mango. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Throw it a like, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully I'll be feeling a lot better. Hopefully my throat is a lot better. Hopefully I will not be coughing into the mic as much. Trade safely, trade stress-free, do it the Mango way, do it the easy way. Ciao.